Greetings, fellow scribes! Welcome back to the archive. This week, I conclude my series on the Archons and Death Angels of Kult Divinity Lost by talking about Malkuth, originally the Archon of Conformity, and her shadow, Nahemoth, the Death Angel of Discord. Now, Malkuth is going to be a little bit different, because she's not just the Archon of Conformity. She's the Archon who rebelled and changed her principle. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy as I talk about Malkuth and Nahemoth. Once you found Malkuth in the inevitable rise and setting of the sun, the inexorable changing of the moon phases, the change from spring to summer to fall to winter, in the flooding and receding of the Nile or other major rivers that followed a natural cycle. Because that's what she represented. She is the one who tamed the chunk of Gaia that she pulled out to make for humanity's prison. She is the one who worked all the other Archons' principles into the makeup of our world, and is the reason why their principles still impact and affect us. But the Demiurge vanished, and no one knows exactly her reason. Some argue that she just fell in love with humanity. Some figure she just realized that the illusion, the lie that holds us without the Demiurge there, was doomed to fail. And some just figure she got disgusted at the vanishing of the Demiurge and just wants to burn it all. No one knows exactly what's prompted Malkuth's rebellion, but she's gone from the Archon of Conformity to the Archon of Awakening, and her fingers are everywhere. Where a geneticist makes genetically engineered children, the first ones, where someone researches the cure for a disease, where a whistleblower targets a corrupt government official. These are the moments where her power, her authority, her principle is most at play. Because these are the moments where you strain against the illusion, where humanity strains against the lie, where humanity strains against the other principles, shackling them to this illusion and prison. And that is Malkuth. Her first act of rebellion was that she is the one who killed the Archon Chesed. And from then, she has been working to undermine the other Archons, weakening them, strengthening her own new principle of awakening, driving humanity to strain subtly against the walls of our prison, forcing us to point and prod at the bars, at the mortar holding it together. Because just maybe, if she can inspire just enough humans, if she can drive us just a little bit further, we can shatter the illusion, break free from our prison, and reascend back to our birthright of Metropolis. Ascend back to our own divinity. But in addition to all these principles, there's still her shadow, Nahemoth, discord, chaos. A group of primitive humans huddles around their campfires. Guards hold their stone-tipped spears at the ready as they watch and wait, afeared of what's just outside the light of their fires, what creeps out just in the area that they cannot see. Plague comes to your town. Will you be next? Are you going to be the next victim? Your neighbor already had it. Your person across the street had it. They're dead. You're not. But you smell flowers. Stalin's Moscow. The family next to you in your tenement building disappeared. They were there last night. They're not there this morning. You won't talk about them, though, because you know what happened to them. Oh, you don't know their exact fate, but you know that if you talk about them, that you're next. And that is Nahemoth. Both the fear of the unknown and the dread of what could be. If Malkuth is the cycles, Nahemoth is those things that break the cycles. She is the violent storm for every one of Malkuth's spring rains. She is the revolution for every one of Malkuth's perfectly peaceful transitions of power. Nahemoth is chaos to Malkuth's order. And she weakens the illusion in her own unique way. Because these events, these breakings from the rhythm, from the expected nature of things, cause dread, cause fear, which create the weak points that let the Archons and the Death Angels and Astaroth start to influence just a little bit more. Of all the Death Angels, she does not think like a person. She is considered alien in her viewpoint, in her thought processes, because she seeks discord. She seeks to inspire fear, confusion into humanity. And that is Nahemoth. She was strongest way back in the ancient days, when humans were afraid of the things that we didn't know. And there was a lot we didn't know. She has gotten weaker as more of the world became known, became more predictable. But now, things are happening. You have Chernobyl. You have the Fukushima reactor disaster. You have global warming. Or should I say, climate change. That affect the areas around them in ways that are not predictable. And these things, these start to inspire dread in people again. Inspire that fear and that push to act against this fear. And that is where you find Nahemoth's power. It's funny that they call it discord, that her principle is considered to be chaos, when what she seems to drive is not so much chaos, but fear and reaction to fear, or things that cause fear in others. That seems a little bit not quite like discord. But this concludes my series on the Archons and Death Angels of Kult Divinity Lost. Again, this whole series was requested by one of my viewers. I hope others will suggest other series. Next week, I am going to be doing a Tales from the Archive. Following that, I will be responding to one of my Twitter followers' suggestions by talking about specific points in Rokugan, in the Legend of the Five Rings setting. That I'm expecting to be a short series. But with all that said, just want you all to remember, until next week, have fun and keep gaming.